Hello, this is James Tyree with News OK, and we're here with Eric Gaffney, a aviation student with the University of Oklahoma. Eric, you had just received the Stick and Rudder Award at the Department of Aviation here. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, the Stick and Rudder Award is essentially the top flight student of the year, and it's voted on by the flight instructors here at the university. They vote on who they believe excelled in the program, and whoever was considered the top flight student within the Department of Aviation.
Now, you've been here, you finished your third year here, but one interesting thing is you were born without a hand. I wanted to ask just how that has affected your training toward becoming a commercial pilot.
Being born with one hand obviously put a few dampers on my training here at the university. As far as my ability and workload went, it wasn't a whole lot different. In fact, it was essentially the same as every other student's. However, to be a pilot, you have to have a FAA physical in order to receive a pilot certificate. And because I have one hand, I received several different restrictions on my medical, and I had to go about certain medical flight tests to get those removed. So working through the FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration, to get those removed was a rather long process, and really just going through the paperwork and the phone calls with the FAA was the most difficult process in getting those restrictions removed.
So right now you are restriction-free?
Essentially, after 3 special medical flight tests, I am pretty proud to say that I am restriction-free.
All right. What got you interested in aviation and airplanes in the first place?
I've always been around airplanes. My dad back in Tulsa is a mechanic for American Airlines, and we've done a lot of traveling, been all over the country and to a few places around the Caribbean, and I've always been around airplane. I've always been exposed to the airlines and the aircraft, and I've always just had an interest in them. Just like every child has a passion for aviation, it just stuck with me, and I always knew that I wanted to fly airplanes.
Very good. Ultimately, what would you like to do? I mentioned before about being a commercial pilot, but is there anything in particular that you like to do with that? Fly in any destinations or anything along those lines?
Well, as far as what I want to do with it, I want to, with my commercial license, I want to go on and receive the rest of my ratings and build up the required flight time and eventually get hired on with the airlines and fly for an airline or for a charter service, and as far as certain destinations, just wherever it takes me. I love flying, I love all the different airports, and I just love to go see the different places, so just whoever I end up flying with and wherever I end up going, I guess.
Two-part question. What is the most difficult part of being a pilot when you are behind the cockpit, so to speak, and what is your favorite part of flying an airplane?
Most difficult part, for me, I would have to say talking back to workload with having one hand. There's a course called the Instrument Rating course, which you fly with zero visibility outside. You wear a hood that limits your visibility to outside, so all you're looking at is the instrument panel, and flying solely off the instruments from takeoff to essentially touchdown can be rather demanding. A lot of paperwork to be flipping through in the plane, a lot of charts to get lined up, and a lot of knobs to turn, and the workload it can be pretty complicating, but it's a lot of fun still, and I'd have to say that that's the hardest part of the job, and the most fun, the best part about flying is the freedom, just being able to take off out of a busy airport and go flying out over this busy highway and seeing all the cars down below and seeing the town down below and then seeing all the pastures and seeing all the places that I've seen that I've flown to, and just be able to glide over just at my own pace and whichever direction I want to go.
Well, thanks a lot. We enjoyed this discussion and wish you all the best in the future, all right?
All right. Thanks a bunch.